Hi, this is author-philosopher Ronald E. Springer of EthicsUnderground.com, here to continue the reading of Moral Armor, Chapter 8, Part 33, the fourth phase of consciousness for spirit murderers and their logical end, penalties. Please hit like and subscribe before we dive in. Irrationality is its own damnation. Me, I said that. We have seen the first three elements of cognition for the fear-driven: evasion of reality, evasion of consciousness, and deceptive action. And here is its reward: nothing but penalties. There is a clear link to why cartoons portray angry people with storm clouds overhead. The sunlight which gives us life is itself a high-frequency form of electricity. We all function by electrical energy, and an electrical storm strikes whatever is most vulnerable. It transfers a buildup of energy from one place to another, in their case, negative. Positive or negative, no one can hold a charge for long, it must be dispelled. Self-made man lives his life gathering positive energy, a wealth to be spent lavishly in controlled directions, from powerful purpose-driven action at his highest frequency to relaxed ease at his calmest. No matter what anti-concepts fear-driven man invents to mask his actions, his defaults continue to result in vast negativity. He builds a great concentration of pain, which finds its release in fury and mental breakdown. It is a collapse of the restraint of sanity, his fundamental intention achieved, poured onto anyone who crosses his path. Years go by and our self-made capacities deepen. Our depth of feeling grows, as does our pride. In this time, the fear-driven become more irritable, shorter range, and still their advice never changes. Give up, slow down, play it safe. Focusing on excuses, 20 years can pass with little to no progress in his life strands, and oftentimes he suffers their regression. He expands in subsets of evasion and corruption, his expertise reflecting that of the Spanish Inquisition, the devious anti-reason creed which relies on an unquestionable, unprovable authority to vindicate himself and condemn others. He grows more efficient at bringing to the surface everything he hates, while suppressing everything that matters. He gets to his emotional results quicker: anger, hatred, and pain, and can be as instantly callous, phony, and track-covering as any soap opera tramp. All actions of the self-made accumulate as the sum of their stature, while all actions of the fear-driven accumulate as festering toxic waste. Experience has cut his ruts deeper, and he has only gotten better at lying to himself. For the self-made, imaginary flags go up throughout the world as markers to lead him to his goals and to confirm the value of living. For the fear-driven, flags go up to justify his negative associations. Stepping on one rake after another through his own default, his focus on the negative is unavoidable. To him, every stubbed toe is proof that happiness is a futile pursuit. Every mishap in traffic is proof that it is a goddamned world. It becomes ingrained in his very physiology to seek the negative as a confirmation of his premises, as his summation of life, where his capacity for the prediction of disaster gives him a semblance of self-esteem to keep him running. Self-esteem is as essential to life as our heart and brain. Faking it is his means of wicking toxins away from his primary cognitive functions to sustain a living efficiency, just as the body moves fat away from the major organs, but both can tolerate only so much abuse before they falter. When a self-made man battles negative pressure, he doesn't destroy himself. Directing all energy, whether it be positive or negative, he says, "To hell with it, if they don't like me now, I'll really give them something to whine about," and becomes even more. A spirit murderer doesn't attempt to harness the energy he generates for any living purpose. Through random disintegration and thoughtless waste, he is left with no reserves to combat the pain of his own subjectivity, no relaxed grace to foster elasticity, and he is left to spiritual starvation, a brittle composure, and an impending physical doom. That's all for now. Next up is Cacophony of Contradictions. I split these videos up by subject so you'd have a better chance of finding moral armor, and then perhaps go through the whole thing for free. Why? To help create a leader in every life. Sound civilization stair-steps up from sound coherence to sound individual, to productive groups of mature individuals. Self-hatred drives fear-driven people in our world to wipe out the individual, so we all need moral armor to protect ourselves and the future of mankind. Click subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you'd like to help wipe out moral confusion fast and make the world a better place.